Hello everyone. It's been quite some time. We have not made some videos, and we've been busy with other stuff that we are bringing into you, including a lot of improvements in existing strategies and some of the new platforms that we are looking at. But then I thought, why don't I talk about something which just happened yesterday, and it was quite difficult to comprehend for a lot of people, and a lot of people ran into some errors and uh, huge slippages with crude oil. And as I've always been mentioning, crude oil is quite risky. It's one of the most riskiest assets around. There is a lack of liquidity at times, and then this is something that can really affect us. So I'm going to be particularly talking about how crude oil, behaved, and how our strategies fared during that period. I don't have the rights to talk about anyone else's strategy, but how our strategies fared during that time. So as you guys are aware, we've got a host of strategies, TCPA series, CAD, TCC, which are basically strategies to uh, counter the movements of crude and try and gain from the decay in crude, or IV crush in crude, to be accurate. That is something that we are trying to capture. Most of our strategies are entering around the 4 p.m. mark. So that's where, if you can see this one. So we are entering around this one 4 p.m. mark, right? And when we entered from this mark, and we were trading quite well till around 6:30, there was, if not about 1,000 rupees decay per x, 800 to 1,000 rupees decay per x. Some strategies like CAD was already running in a direction, and it was probably doing, if I'm not wrong, about 2k. Then there was some news that came in around this time, and the good run that we had, the good decay that we had around 6:30, that basically turned out to uh, result into a huge swing. Now, our strategies are designed in a way that whatever be the case, we have few things that happen between, when there is a profit, there is a TSL that is involved into some of the strategies at different levels. So every strategy has a different level of TSL. Secondly, between two entries, we have a stop. So a new entry doesn't happen unless a particular time has not passed out. So whenever there is a swing like this, we will exit and we will wait, and that's what happened. So we had about 300, 800 k kind of 800 rupees kind of a profit per leg, per multiplier, which basically closed at I think minus 1,000 rupees for most of the people around here. When we basically exited here, and then the strategies re-entered around this time. So we re-entered around this time, and then immediately we started gaining a lot. So this is something that happens specifically in crude. Whenever there is a drop, there will be a IV increase. Whenever there is a you know increase in prices, there will be IV decrease. This happens everywhere, but in specifically in crude, this is where we get the benefit from. So we basically exited around this time, then we re-entered around this time, and then we gained quite decent gains, zero point 0.5, despite the initial stop losses. Some of the deployments got zero point 0.5, some of the deployments got zero point 0.4, and we ended the day as one of the best crude days ever. Now, in between, there are a lot of issues that could have happened, and some may call it luck. I would also put it in a sense that it is luck that we were concentrating on TSL, fixed targets, fixed stop losses, and more importantly, a wait and trade into built into the strategy, because these commodities tend to be very very violent with the moves that they do, and that's primarily what we wanted to counter. This is specifically something which many of you might have experienced if you've been trading with crude, that the slippage is quite high, which we also experienced. A lot of our subscribers face slippage at this time. But the idea was, because it was we did not even enter again at the same time, we also missed out, or saved ourselves from further slippages which would happen in this kind of candles. You can see the candle, a 5 minute candle in crude. So this fall is around 120 rupees right now. If you look at the premiums, they are very small as compared to the volatility that you can see here. So these are the things that definitely something that people would have seen happening in crude, which our strategies were able to handle quite well. I will also try and show you how our strategies have performed in a second. So this is basically how our strategies performed. Of course, you can see that there are some currency strategies here as well. We do MCX and currency segments separately. So post, I think we can start from 4 o'clock, when most of the strategies would have entered. If you can see TCC, TCPA, they all entered around 6:37 is when the movement was. So if you just see, we've been gaining, and decent gains here as well. 6:30, 7 o'clock, good gains, 1,700 rupees gain here, and then at 7:30, the update that you see that we had losses here. TCC had a full SL, CAD captured the direction well, and then it took its target. Here also there was a slippage of 600 points. Here there was a slippage of 800 points. So that's how, or 800 rupees, or 600 rupees here. So yeah, and then this is where TCPA ended at -800. TCPA plus is -800, and then we re-entered around this time, and you can see by 8 o'clock when we re-entered, this is where the PNL was, and we started recovering. At the end of the day, we reached quite a decent PNL. This is my PNL for the day, 16k on 55 lakhs. We did quite well with TCPA 1355, TCPA plus 2185, TCPM 1380, TCC and had a max SL, and CAD had a target. Overall, this is what we did yesterday. Quite a difficult day, and and this is the reason why I was putting this poll. So coming back to it, crude is volatile, crude is difficult. I request all of you to be careful when you trade crude. Just make sure that your deployments are split. You have the right TSL, you have the right targets. Beyond that, I can't tell more, because I am doing my own stuff, and if you're free to subscribe to my strategies and gain from them. With that, thanks a lot, everyone. I hope this helped you, and see you soon. Thank you.